Hi everyone. I just want to try. Hello Smania. Right? Okay. So my name is Vrijraj and I'm from India. So I work as a CTO for a real estate-based company in India. So today I'm going to talk about how we can build web solutions with the help of machine learning. So can we have a slide? So this is a little bit about myself. I'm a Google developer expert for web and Firebase, and also working on multiple technologies like Firebase, Google Cloud Platform, Wipro. I'm also running a community. Its name is Development in India. So before we begin, I would like to ask a few questions. Like, how many of you are students as of now? Anyone? Students? Okay. And how many of you are working on a web platform or the mobile application development or the backend development part? Okay, that's great. So, in this talk, I'm going to talk about three things like how we can create a web ecosystem, how we can enhance the web ecosystem in Indonesia region, and then we'll talk about how we can enable the machine learning capabilities for the web platform. And then we'll create a simple applications like how we can create a machine learning based applications for the web platform. So let's start. So talking about the Indonesia developer ecosystem. So here we have around 212 monthly active internet users are using internet over 353 devices. So here we have a huge opportunities. So opportunities can be anything. Like we can create a solution. Solution can be anything. It may be around e-commerce website or it may be around the mobile applications for the Indonesian region, right? So if I talk about specifically for the web solutions, so I'll start with the basic fundamental part. Like web is just like as a platform where we can share the informations. Like information can be anything. It may be around text file, audio file, video file, the PDF file, and you can access this internet with the help of these submarine cables, which is called as the fiber optics. Like you can access these informations with the help of these cables, and these cables are connected on multiple continents. Like let's say we are in Indonesia, we are accessing a Google server. So Google has a server in San Francisco region. So we are collecting these data with the help of these submarine cables, and then we are able to access the data, the information. And if I talk about the web fundamental parts, like web has three core fundamentals like the website, browser, and the server. So website is more about the collections of web page. We can create a website with the help of HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript part. And talking about the browser, it's just like the application where we can access the web page. And server is more about like where we can store our HTML, CSS, the JavaScript file, and so that our web is accessible to multiple users or different devices. And also there is another technology called as database, which is more about where we can store the information. And then this is all about like how we can create a variety of content with the help of web platform. I don't know the image is loading or not. Yeah. And now, let's say if you want to start your career in the web development part, you can be a front-end developer, or you can be a back-end developer, or you can start your career in the full-stack development part. In the front-end, it's more about designing. Back-end is more about creating a back-end business project. The REST API is managing a database, and full-stack development is more about the entire logic. So now I have covered all the things. Like if I talk about the web perspective, now. Once we have decided the technical stack, then we can work on it, and then we can start a career in the web development part, and then we can make the money, right? So this is just thoughts. Now let's talk about the web capabilities with the machine learning. So I hope ChatGPT, right? How many of you are using ChatGPT? Everyone. Okay, that's cool. So I'll talk about how we can enable web capabilities with the help of machine learning, like ChatGPT. So how we can enable these features in our web platform, and we can create a very, let's say, small scale or maybe big scale applications with the help of machine learning. So when I have a machine learning, I have in mind. So this picture came into in my thought process. This is just like if you want to start your career in the machine learning part, you need to start with Python, and then you need to install multiple libraries. It's just like you need to install pip, anaconda, numpy, scikit-learn. So your system will look like this kind of conditions. So this is a tough task if I talk about the machine learner point of view if you want to start your career. But if I talk about for the web perspective, so here we have a library called as TensorFlow.js. This is library, we can use this library for web platform. We can run the machine learning model, we can run the machine learning code with the help of browsers. And one of the best thing about TensorFlow.js, you don't need to install anything. Like if I talk about the Python, like if you want to start your career in the machine learning part, you need to install Python, numpy, scikit library. There are multiple libraries. But if you are using TensorFlow.js, you don't need to install anything. You just need to use the Bootstrap. Like you know Bootstrap. In the Bootstrap, we can just load the JavaScript library. Similarly, in the TensorFlow.js, here we have a library. We just need to load the library. That's it. And with the help of TensorFlow.js, you can run your existing model, or you can retrain your model, or you can create your own model with the help of TensorFlow.js, and then you can run with the help of browsers. It's quite difficult to implement, but yeah. And also there are pre-defined models that you can use. Like you can use pre-vision models. Like here you can detect the text, you can detect the logo, or you can detect the body gestures, or you can extract the informations like for the images. So there are three different models. So this is just an example like I have created. Like there are multiple machine learning models that you can use. Like this is model we are using for the web platform where we can detect the poses. And also there are wider communities for TensorFlow.js who is creating models, and you can use these models all across the web platform. It's just like I hope you are using Instagram. So in the Instagram we can like add some like information. It's just like with mask anything. So with the help of we can do that with TensorFlow.js. Now let's talk about generative AI. I hope you know about anything generative AI. Do you know any idea? So generative AI is more about the ChatGPT. So if I talk about the generative AI, so generative AI is just like as a it's just like as a machine learning model that will generate the content. Content can be anything. It may be the text file, it can be the video we can generate, it can be around the images we can generate, or it may be around the audio we can generate with the help of generative AI. So if I talk about the generative AI at Google, so we have a technology called as the model called as LLM, the large language model. So large language model is it's very big model. They have trained this model for multiple parameters, and with the help of these models, you can generate the content. Let's say ChatGPT, we can ask, hey, I wanted to go to Bali. I have a 10 days. Can you please suggest me the places where I can visit? So ChatGPT will give me the itinerary, like in a day one you can go these places, in day two you can go these places. So similarly, so this is a machine learning model called as LLM. With the help of which we can generate content. So it's a simple quotation. It's just like the LLM are just it's a part of the deep learning where we can create or generate the data on massive parameters. So then we have a terminology called as PaLM, which is called as PaLM APIs. So it's a part of the generative AI or LLM. With the help of these things, like we can create a text, we can create a conversation. It's just like we can create a chatbot. Like, hey, my name is Vrijraj. The chatbot will give me the response. So you can do this kind of things with the help of PaLM APIs. So it's just like the simple thing. But if I want to start machine learning capabilities in the web platform, so here we have a tool called as MakerSuite. So just search MakerSuite on your Google and you will find a link, makersuite.google.com, and you can create a web application with the help of machine learning in 30 minutes. It will not take more than 30 minutes. You can easily create applications with the help of machine learning. So I'll show you. So this is the interface for the MakerSuite. If you go to the MakerSuite, you will find this kind of interface where we have a 3 type of prompts, the features, like we can create it, like generate the content, or we can train the data according our data set, and then this will give me the response. Or we can create a conversational type of features. So, and like with the help of MakerSuite, we will get the REST APIs, and we can integrate that REST APIs on a multiple languages. Like if you are working on Python, Node.js, or Swift, or Java, you can integrate those API, and then you can create any applications. You just need to focus on the front end part. MakerSuite is all about the back end as a back end machine learning part. So, like this is just an example. I hope, yeah. So this is just an example. If you go to the MakerSuite, you will find this kind of documentations. Like if you are working on Node.js or JavaScript, you just need to copy the snippets and then you can work on it. So this is just a simple, but I'll show you the example I have created. So I have created this application called as Trip Planner. It takes me around 30 minutes to create an itinerary because I'm from India. I want to go to Bali. So let's say I have a 10 days. So I want to visit Bali. So how we can create an itinerary? So I created this application with the help of the MakerSuite, and I just integrated those APIs with the front end, and then we can create the itinerary. So here we can like place. So I'll show you. So this is a simple application I have created. Let's say the trip planner. Here we can pass the locations. So let's say I want to travel Bali. I have a 10 days. And talking about, if I talk about the budget, so right now I'm accepting INR, means Indian rupees. So I have this amount of budget. And let's say I'm a food preferences, I'm a vegetarian. So this LLM model will give me the response. In the day one, what you can do, in the day one you can go to Delhi, and from Delhi to you can go to the Bali, and then you can take a cab C, and this is just look like as an itinerary. So it's a 10 days itinerary. I have created this applications like with 30 minutes. I'll show you the demo part. So this is a MakerSuite. Yeah. So this is a simple dashboard for the MakerSuite. Here you can create any applications. So you just need to collect the REST, the API key, and you will get a response. So here if you go to the like create new part, so you can use text prompt, and inside you can pass anything. Let's say I wanted to create let's say JavaScript program, like create JavaScript logic for number comparison. So this is just a simple text I have written, and I'll run this code, and this will give me the response, right? So this is a part of the generative AI. Now I wanted to create this kind of applications where user can add some content. Let's say wanted to run some response. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the top part. So here we have a top part, and here we have a section for the get code, and here you will get the code. This is a JavaScript code. I just need to copy this code, and I can add this code in the backend, and I can connect this backend with the front end, and that's it. So back to the presentation part. So this is a simple application how I created with the help of LLM. So if you want to test your this applications at your end, you can scan the QR code, and I have mentioned the GitHub repository how you can create this type of the trip planner applications for at your end, or if you want to create anything like for LLM, you can use. Okay, now there is one more thing, like let's say people are like using our application, so we need to store the information. For storing the information, we can use Firebase. So Firebase is more about backend as a service, where we don't need to worry about writing our backend business logic. You can write your LLM backend business logic in Firebase, and here we have a services like the build better applications where you can authenticate the users. Like similarly in my itinerary planner, I have added a features like user need to authenticate, and then they can get the response. Or you can host your web applications, like I have hosted this entire infrastructure over the Firebase. Or you can use Firebase as a database where we can share the response, like we can store the information of the users, those who are authenticating, and then we can take like in terms of analytics point of view. So here we have multiple services like improve app quality or the grow and engage users, like where we can send push notifications like, yeah, this is the best deal you can do multiple things. So this is just a simple applications I have created with the help of LLM. You just need to go to the maker suite and create a simple context, and then you can get the code and you need to like use the APIs. So I'll show you the demo, the code part. So I hope like, yeah. So here we have a JavaScript library they have defined by the Google itself. So here we have a Google AI and the generating languages. It's a predefined SDK for the JavaScript. You just need to import, and you need to import Google authentications. And then here we have a model name. The model name is text bison we are using as of now. And we need to like pass a prompt in terms of, let's say I want to create JavaScript program for, let's say, XYZ things. So you can define the prompt, and you can pass the prompt in the function name is generate text, and inside generate text you will find the response. So it's just like as a JavaScript like promises we can use, and it's just like as a simple functionalities. And apart from those things, like Google has also like they have defined their predefined machine learning APIs that you can use for web platform. It's just like, let's say if you want to detect logo, faces, or maybe barcode, or maybe the places, you can use predefined APIs. Just go to the Google Cloud platform and you will find Cloud Vision APIs, and then you can like do anything with the help of machine learning. Also, they have a face detection APIs, like you can detect the face, you can detect the barcode, you can detect the text, you can change the text into the different language. Like here we say Kalu means exit, right? So I scan the text, I can like change the text, translate the text into the English language. And talking about more information, like if you want to start, I'll recommend you to go with the TensorFlow.js. Like they have predefined models that you can use in your web applications. They have documentations, you can use those recommendations. And also the tools we have shared about the MakerShoot. With the help of MakerShoot, you can create anything. It's just like they have a APIs key, they have a documentation. You just need to import those functions, and we need to integrate the APIs, and we can build anything. And one of the best thing about like the documentation of machine learning, so I'll recommend you to go to the google.ai. It is one of the best website where you can find the AI related information. What Google is doing, what type of models they are building. And talking about LLM, so as of now, Google has a 4 kind of models. Like one is Gecko, Octo, and then Bison, and the Unicorn. So Unicorn is the most upcoming model, which will be maybe like published by the Google maybe upcoming years. With the help of this model, you can do anything. Let's say I wanted to create movie, Bollywood movie, Hollywood movie, anything. So I can create that type of movie with the help of Unicorn. But right now, if I talk about the ChatGPT or Bard, so we are using text Bison model. So Bison model is just like the 3rd level models. With the help of this model, we can do anything. It's just like we can generate the text, we can generate images, we can generate audio, we can do anything. And I hope you can build anything with the help of LLMs. Like you just need to like understand the problem statement, and you can use the concept of LLM, the MakerSuite, and you can build anything. And I like there is too much thing for you, but I hope you have enjoyed the sessions, and definitely you will work on the MakerSuite part, right? Are you sure? Deal done? Done? Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, I am open for the questions. Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So my name is Ayu. I want to ask, is there disadvantage of using TensorFlow.js instead of use TensorFlow in Python. So that's thank you.
Can you once again speak with the
Okay. Is there is a disadvantage of using TensorFlow JS, or what is a comparison between TensorFlow JS and TensorFlow in Python?
So there is no such kind of major difference for the TensorFlow.js, or if I talk about the actual TensorFlow. But if I talk about the resources, let's say I'm running an actual TensorFlow, we need the resources in terms of CPU, right? The RAM we need. But if I talk about TensorFlow.js, we can utilize our browsers, the GPU part. Here we can run the lightweight models. If you want to run large scale model, then you need a computational power.
Okay, so the difference is the resource usage and
again, it's totally depend on the use cases, like which type of model you are running.
okay. So thank you.
Yeah. Any other? Okay, so that's all. It's time for the day. So thank you so much. Terima kasih, right? Okay, so thank you. And feel free to connect me over the Twitter, or I'm here. You can ask me any questions. If you have any questions related to web platforms or GDs, I'm happy to help you. And that's all. Thank you.